Hi. Hi. Welcome to Coffee Talk, a show where I make coffee, drink coffee, and talk about mental health and self-growth. Today is episode 3, and it is also my third time recording it. I recorded it twice yesterday, and then I hated it. Ironically, dealing with the problem that we're talking about today. So I'll talk about that as we go. The subject for today is 3 ways to change the way you see rejection. But first, as always, coffee. I'm actually about to finish this coffee and I already bought the next one. Usually I only buy beans, but this time I found a new coffee that anyway, I usually like the brand, but that's for next video because gotta start by finishing this first. So if you wanna know what the next coffee is, then I'll see you in the next one, okay? For now, you're here. Same drill as the first 2 episodes. If you haven't seen them, feel free to go check them out. Feel free to go watch them. We're gonna go for an 18. And that's the thing between coffee beans or between bags is whatever ratio I have now is gonna have to adjust, especially since I'm completely changing brands and I'm changing even away from beans and it's pre-ground. It's supposed to be pre-ground for an espresso, but who knows if that's actually legit. If it's poorly ground, I don't know if I'll consider grinding it myself on top of it. I feel like that would be just too complicated. So if it's poorly ground for espresso, we're just gonna use the Chemex for a bit, which is a whole problem for another video. We're back on this one, Jesus. You were curious, the reason I wet the beans before putting them in is to make up for static. The grinder is a burr grinder and that tends to build up static and then some of the grounds would stay in there. And since I measure so specifically what I want to come out, having them a tiny bit wet helps deal with, sorry, hair in my mouth, helps deal with some of that static. It's dancing time. Also, if you hear movements, Mocha, my dog, is a little restless right now because she always is. She's a shepherd and she's walking around being crazy and stuff. So you either will hear toys, her walking, or her doing anything to get my attention. But right now she's out on the balcony and hopefully she just enjoys the view and relaxes for a bit while I do this. Actually, she seems to have learned that the second the camera's up and I end up talking to no one, she just usually entertains herself and she's chasing flies. Okay, that's cute. All right, the subject for today, fear of rejection. 3 ways to change the way you see rejection. The first thing about rejection is understanding rejection. Understanding first the real primal reason for rejection. Why does it affect us humans so much? You see, it comes down to your primal instinct, your primal core. Back then, back when we were hunter-gatherers, if you were rejected from the tribe, you were dead. If you did something and got rejected from the group, your odds of survival were gone. So it built into us, in our primal instinct, this need to be accepted by the community, be accepted by the group, be accepted especially by our immediate circle, because that guaranteed at least a little bit more chances at survival. So that's one thing already why rejection today affects you so much, even though sometimes it means nothing. Sometimes rejection is like, oh, okay, so what? I don't give a shit. But it affects you. That's the primal core, primal instinct. Why? And you might think, yeah, but we're not hunter-gatherers now. Why does it affect us still? And it's still the exact same thing. When you were a kid, you changed the way you behaved around your family because it guaranteed you were fed. Because it guaranteed no bad things, or hopefully no bad things were happening, or less bad things were happening. It's all survival. It's the same for your group at school. If you weren't rejected, if you were accepted within the group, then you had less chances of being bullied, less chances of being made fun of, or being left out of all the fun things. So that's the basic understanding of why it affects you. But then there's also the understanding of what rejection is. Rejection has a massive scale, such a wide range of possible results of that rejection. Rejection can mean something as simple as a bunch of strangers on the street or just walking a slight bit further away from you. It could be something like the person you're really attracted to not wanting to talk to you ever again. And it could be something as major as being disowned by family or completely rejected from your community. So there's a range. The reason to pay attention to that range, first of all, is to help you look at the thing you're afraid to be rejected for and then go, okay, what would the scale be? What would actually happen? Let's say it all goes wrong. Let's say I do get rejected. What happens? Is it just a bunch of strangers, or is it people I care about very little? Or is it actively gonna have such a major effect on me? But then there's a second question, because I'm still not telling you not to do the thing that could get you rejected. The second question is, would you be okay with not being yourself in order for that rejection not to happen? And how do you feel about the people that you're so afraid of being rejected by if they can't accept you, if they can't accept this of you? Are you willing to not be yourself for them? And then what are your feelings towards these people for asking that of you? And the last question about them that will help you understand it all, would they do the same for you? Would they choose not to be themselves for you? If you're willing to go there, if you're afraid of their rejection, would they be willing to do the same? Would they be willing to behave in a way that is not them? Be something that is not them. Choose something that is not them for you. All of that helps you understand the scale of the specific rejection or all rejection in general. Now, the second point is looking within. You see, because rejection is external first. It happens through others. Others are the cause of that rejection. Your actions could be, but it comes from them. So the second way to change how you see it is looking within, not externally. Try to understand why, you'll always find reasons, if they tell you the reasons even. But those reasons didn't come from you. Ooh, that's a nice extraction. That's actually pretty decent. Nice. It didn't actually come from you. It came from them. So how you look within is you go back and ask yourself, how do I feel about this? Well, the thing that caused the rejection, there's two ways it'll cause the rejection. One way, it's not accepted by the people. And the second way, it failed and therefore caused the rejection. So you look within and you go, how do I feel about this? Am I passionate about this and it just didn't work for them? Is this something that I believe to my core to be my current truth? How do I feel about the current thing that caused it? You look within, not based on their judgment. Oh, how do I feel about this now that they rejected it? No, it's how do I feel about this? Do I still love this? Do I still believe this to be my truth? Do I still want to do this? Do I still want to be this? That's the first step for if the thing just wasn't accepted. If it failed, then you look within and you ask, okay, where did it fail? What caused the failure? Was it me? Did I skip a step? Did I not give it my all? And then you might think I'm trying to get you to understand, oh, maybe it was your fault, but that's not actually what I'm saying. Because sometimes the answer is still, you did everything you could. It failed because of not that. You actually gave it your all. If the answer is you gave it your all, then you gave it your all. And if the answer is you did forget to do something, you didn't commit all the way, you didn't do a specific thing, well, then you just know that you have to do the specific thing. So looking within is going to be a way you'll be able to deal with that rejection or understand it differently, see it differently. It all comes down to you and not at all from them. Here we go. Feels to me like the machine got slower. And I'm shaky. Ay, ay, ay. I might burn my tongue, but worth trying. Didn't burn my tongue, and it's pretty good. Nice. It still does need to chill out a bit. So that's when we get to the story of why I've made this video 3 times. And since you're seeing it, I'd like to say that it is going much better this time around. My thing was I was dealing with the fear of rejection. This series is picking up in a way that I knew it could. It's nothing major, but it's gaining traction more than other videos have so far on my channel. And it's something that when I came up with the plan, I was like, oh, I know why this would work. I've been doing social media long enough that I kind of know why a thing would work. And I knew why this would work. I knew that this step and this thing and that thing would bring that level of potential growth or potential reach. And because those first 2 videos did good, I was starting to pressure myself. Fuck. What if I only had 2 good ones? What if they suck from now on? What if the people that were happy with 2 videos are never happy again? What if you're not happy with this? And I was so worried. I was stressing out. The rejection of it. Oh, I feel like I might be onto something. And so it's scary that maybe I'm not, or maybe I can't pull it off. And that's actually why I gave myself a whole day and knowing I would come back the next day. Looking within, I go, well, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for the growth? No. I mean, sure, that would be great. Yes. But am I doing this because I'm told to? No, I'm doing this because it comes from me, because I want to. I'm doing this because I like sharing my knowledge. I like sharing life, and I like mental health. I've been passionate about mental health my whole life, genuinely my whole life. I remember being the therapist of the household at 9. So mental health has always been a big thing to me. So it's something I like sharing. It's something I like helping with. So that's already, all right, how do I feel about doing this? Well, I like it. I feel the need to do it. There's nothing else pushing me to do this. No one is paying me to do it. I'm not making money to do it. No one is telling me this is what you must do. All it is me going, hey, how do I express that need that I have that is to help people, to share that knowledge and help potentially. So I look within and I feel like that. And then suddenly that rejection, well, if I'm trying to understand the scale of that rejection, okay, the videos suck. Okay, no one watches. Well, that's good news. No one watches. The rejection itself is also the relief. It's bad, no one watches, no one sees it. So I still end up okay. And then I just have to find another idea and do it another way. So this is how looking within and understanding actually what that rejection would be helps me. And then I go, oh, you know what? So I can keep doing the thing. Something that's true to me. It's something I really want to do. Something that is stronger than me, that I have a passion about, that somehow my heart needs. And the outcome of that rejection isn't bad. My world doesn't crumble. So I'm safe. That's the first 2 steps. Third step, acceptance. Accepting that rejection. Accepting it from 2 standpoints. For one thing, accepting it within yourself. Well, seeing how I feel about the thing, and I want to be myself more than I want to be someone else for them, then I have to accept that that rejection might happen. I'll accept it anyways, because my want is still to be myself, to do this thing, to follow me, my heart. My life is my experience, and I might as well experience what I'm meant to experience, not what so many other people decide for me. First level of acceptance is within yourself. Second level of acceptance comes from this. You're thinking about yourself right now. Everything that I say in this video only registers to you as far as you relate to it. And everything I'm saying only registers to me as far as I relate to it. And it only makes sense to me as far as I relate to it. And that is the case for everybody else. No one's thinking about you. One of the 4 agreements, which is a great book, it's pretty good, it's just a little rough, is it's never about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. No one thinks about you more than they think about themselves. No one. They think about themselves more. The thing that they will reject you for is still about their perspective of that. It's not about you. Because if they truly cared about you, if they were actually thinking about you so much, they would allow you to be that. They would allow you to do that. They would allow you to chase that. So if they thought about you to the point where you think they think about you and consider you, that rejection wouldn't be a question. Everyone thinks about only themselves. And the sad truth that comes with that is, even if you did everything as close to perfect your whole life, you would still be the villain in someone's story. You'd still be the villain in many people's story. I'm the villain in a whole bunch of people's story. A bunch of strangers and a bunch of people I heart to heart know. And that's okay. I still behaved the way I thought is good. I still went and followed my heart and did what was true to me. I chose this, and I can't help where your mind goes with it. I cannot help what they choose to think of it. All I can know is I showed up truthfully. I gave it my all, being me, doing me, following me. So no matter what, you'll be the villain in someone's story. Trying to never get rejected by everyone will never work out. That is one of the actual things that is impossible in life. And that's okay. That's acceptance. That's going, I can't be perfect for you. I can't. I'll never be perfect for you, and I'll never be perfect for anybody else. I'll never be perfect for myself. Sorry, Mike. Oh. There's always a little something. I can't be perfect for you. I can't be perfect for you. I can't be perfect for them. I can't be perfect for anybody. And I can't be perfect for myself either. Can't. So trying so desperately to not have that rejection, it's an attempt at acceptance from everyone, which, as we understood in the first point, we know the source of. Don't want to get rejected by my community. I do want to survive more, have a better chance at survival, and I don't want to hurt people in the process. So the acceptance is, well, one, whoa, I can't flip my mug. There is an S in my coffee. My name's Sebastian, you know? Here, I don't know if... Okay, universe. Okay, but yeah, the third point is acceptance. Accepting for yourself from looking within, and that acceptance of, well, if this is the cost, this is the cost, but also accepting that, well, you'll never be able to please everyone. And that acceptance of when you look and consider them, when you actually look at them and go, how do I feel about the fact that you don't want this for me? How do I feel about the fact that you don't encourage that? This thing that I really want, this thing that I've thought through, because that's still obviously the first point is you need to think your way through things. You need to actually follow your heart with logic and passion. If you're trying to do something really crazy without thoughts and everybody is against you. But then again, that tends to work out too, so. Can't tell you. But it's fully observing them and going, how do I feel about the fact that you won't accept that for me? Am I gonna live my life for you? Am I gonna live my life for everybody else? Because otherwise I'll get to the end of my life and I never will have lived my life for me. The whole time I will have been masking. I will have been someone that you wanted me to be. But I get nothing from being the someone you want me to be. I don't. One day you'll be gone, or I'll be gone, and I don't gain in my supposed experience of life by following your tracks, by following what you want. So that acceptance of looking within, how do I feel about it? And then the acceptance of how that's from them anyways, and it's never actually about you. It's always about them, the way they feel about it. And the acceptance of, well, what does that say about all those people? And do I want that in my life? And then maybe you end up rejecting them for being like that. That's a whole deeper thing. I'm lucky and unlucky. I have ADHD. So rejection sensitivity dysphoria is something that we heavily deal with. Rejection is heavy to me. But I've also been an actor for 13 years. I realized yesterday that it's been 13 years. And I was lucky that one of my first coaches instantly broke out of me the idea of a need for a yes. Actors get told no hundreds of times, thousands of times throughout their careers. You're told no all the time. And it's always like, oh, how do you handle all the no's? How do you handle it? How do you handle that rejection? Well, the thing is, because it's never actually about you, there are so many fucking reasons why you'll get told no. Sometimes my teeth are too crooked. My eyes are blue and they should be brown. I am just an inch too tall, just an inch too short. My hair doesn't match what they think and they don't consider cutting it. My beard makes them somehow unable to imagine what my face is like without a beard, or vice versa. My shaved face makes them unable to imagine what my bearded face would look like. Literally, a producer's cousin could suddenly want to be an actor and boom, that role's gone. So if I take that rejection personal, I'm doing that to myself. There's all the reasons why it's not, because it's always about them. It's always about the situation that they are in, that the whole thing is, which I have nothing. I'm not in control of anything. I have nothing to do with all of it. It was a question of, do I fit this? Oh, okay, well, great, they accept it. Do I not? Okay, well, that's a rejection. The only thing that matters when it comes to auditioning and being told yes or no, how did I do? How do I feel? Looking within, how do I feel about how I showed up? Did I show up and give it 100% of what I had? Or can I call myself out and be like, well, I didn't warm up my voice that day and fuck, I felt it. I didn't warm up my body. I wasn't connecting. I didn't pay attention to the reader. I didn't do enough work on the material first. All those reasons then could be, okay, well, this is me. I showed up with that and I'm the reason that didn't work out. And then I know, so next time don't fucking do that. And that's it. And then more often than not, I showed up with 100%. And so that rejection is now meaningless because I go, as an actor, what I care about is storytelling. Someone literally asked me to come in and audition or to send in a tape of me doing this scene. Someone asked to see me perform this. I gave it my all and I performed for them. They saw it. That's the dream right there as an actor. Someone's asking me to do something for them. They're asking me to tell a story right in front of them, for them. I don't care about getting hired for the movie. Sure, that's great. Many more people are gonna see it. Okay, or maybe no one sees it. Who cares? They all come down to, I show up, I give it my all about this thing that I'm passionate towards, and then the result after that is how I feel. Was it a great scene? Yeah, good, I'm happy. I'm killing it. That's all that counts to me. Who cares about the rejection? So that's where I'm lucky. Being an actor and learning that very early on from a great coach saved me so much trouble, because otherwise I think matching both, being an actor and rejection sensitivity disorder from ADHD, would have been probably hell. But still, I say that, and like I said, yesterday I recorded this video twice because I was afraid of the rejection. It's an ongoing effort. Every single time that you fear that level of rejection, you have to do the process. Understand why you feel that way, understand the scale of the consequences of it, the scale of what it would do, and understand where it all comes from. Oh, okay, well, it comes from this, it comes from them, and then look within. How do I feel about the thing? How do I feel about doing it? How do I feel about how I did it? How do I feel about the fact that it failed or that it succeeded and then wasn't accepted regardless? And how do I feel about the people? How do I feel towards those people that reject me for this, that didn't accept me for being this, for doing this, for wanting this, knowing that I gave it my all? Of course, they're vacuuming the hallway now, which is perfect, but I'm done trying to be perfect. And after that, it's accepting that, well, I want to be true to myself. So already I have to accept that I did what's good by me. I did what's right by me. I am what's good by me. I choose to be this. I choose to do this. I choose to follow this. And I actively give it my all. That's good to me. I can accept that. Can I accept not doing that? Can I accept not following my heart? Can I accept not being who I am? Can I accept not doing what I want to do? And can I accept those people for not accepting me? And would those people do the same for me? Sorry, they're literally vacuuming right at my door. The answers sometimes are just right there, really obvious. And a lot of the times we're the ones that just aren't looking or are choosing to ignore it. So this was episode 3, and it came from a comment on a video. It came from Elizabeth, who wrote, "You should talk about unlearning the fear of being told no to the point you don't do what you want because someone might tell you no." Leave a like if you enjoyed this. It helps me know that you enjoyed it. It helps YouTube know that you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want more. This series, Coffee Talk, is obviously ongoing. So if you don't want to miss the next episodes, or if you just want to stick around, subscribe. Thank you for just watching this. Thank you for making it here. And you can leave a comment. Either let me know your thoughts about today's subject, something I missed, something that you didn't see coming, or ask some questions. Just like today, the whole video was led by a question. Ask a question. And if it's fitting for a future video, I might just make a whole video about it, or for a segment of the video, your question that fits the subject anyways will be brought up. Thanks a bunch for watching. I appreciate you. It's great to just do this because it's what I wanted to do anyways. And if you want to hear more of me talking about mental health and stuff, you can check this video right here. And I will finish this coffee and you get to go and have yourself a great day. Turns out they did finish vacuuming. Huh. See ya.